Southeast Texas Weekly continues with the Congressional District 14 race, which has become hot and heavy in the last few weeks. Of course, we have a primary coming up May 29th. There are a great many Republicans in this particular race, so the primary is going to be key in that. And then, of course, the general election is always critical. In one of the candidates with a special interest in that May 29th race, John Gay joining us. John Gay for Congress, coming here today to spend a little time with us. And Zach Grady, you're the Republican, you're the Libertarian in the race. Zach Grady here to speak with us as well. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you guys very much, because this is key for our viewers to be able to get an idea of where you stand on some of these key issues.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'll begin over here with just an idea, your basic platform. Tell me if there was a central elevator speech that you had to give, where you could, by the time you made it to the third floor, explain why you should be our next congressman. What would it be?
Well, I like to consider myself a Ron Paul libertarian. We got a 12-term congressman here who has stuck to the Constitution. He's kind of been a thorn in the side of what they call the establishment, and I'd like to continue that, as well as keeping the spotlight on the Federal Reserve and keeping Ben Bernanke before Congress and asking him the tough questions.
Do you believe in the elimination of the Federal Reserve?
I think it should be dialed back and eventually phased out, but it would have to be something that happened over a long period of time because of how entwined it is in the entire world and in our financial system.
Do you believe in the legalization of marijuana?
I believe that it's a liberty issue, like a personal freedom choice. It's kind of a tough decision. It would help. If you decriminalize, I think it would help a lot with the border violence, as well as the money that they spend on the failure known as the drug war.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe, are you pro-choice? Are you pro-life?
I'm pro-life, yeah. A lot of libertarians, they, fall into that it's a choice of kind of a privacy issue. I think of it more of the baby has a right to life. So yeah.
Okay, we'll come back in just a moment. Do you believe in the elimination, or do you believe in changes, dramatic changes to the minimum wage, Mr. Grady?
I think the minimum wage is unconstitutional, and that it's a burden on small business, because some jobs, even though the minimum wage is adjusted for inflation, I think some jobs don't merit $7.50 an hour, $7.25 an hour. Like, for instance, when I was 16, I washed dishes in a Mexican food restaurant for $3.25, and minimum wage at that time was $5.25. But there was less than 50 employees, so they had an allowance. But I don't think that it should be imposed upon people, because some jobs don't merit that much. You don't get the return on investment.
Both of you, it is an honor to be in your presence, to be candidates in this fantastic race. We appreciate your service to the nation in being candidates in this race, and thank you for coming by and giving us some of your time today. John Gay for Congress, Zach Grady for Congress.